All right. Welcome, one and all. Um, all right. Let me gather my thoughts. I tried to do it before we started. Um, joining me today for the second part of it is Miss Swift over there to my left, right? Welcome, Miss Swift.
Welcome.
Um,
Hello, y'all.
and So the right off the bat, the sync point on this second part is a bit tricky. I tried to get it on the black screen, but it's not going to work. So we're going to just do it from the very beginning of this second part. Um, so we're going to be as close as we can to the beginning. Um, all right, so we're still looking at about an hour and a half, just enough time to make it a good watch. Um, and give us enough time to discuss and have some fun. So, without further ado, Miss Swift, do you want to count us down and we
Sure.
will start?
So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. Ooh, I can
Okay,
count.
there we go. So, this is picking up right after the first part with no delay. We're going to start seeing the Losers Club as grown-ups all arriving back to Derry. Let's do um, a roll call. I got my notes and everything. Let's do a roll call. Let's see who's joining us today. Let's see over there on YouTube. We have Eric. We've got Matt, Johnny Devitt, Calbot. Hey, Miss Swift is there. Johnny Devick, Edward the Black Prince is here. Welcome, welcome. And yes, we've got Pennywise, as if clowns aren't creepy enough, coming out of a uh,
Grave.
just dug grave would be absolutely terrifying, and I'd call it a day.
If you asked what Pennywise's real name is, you just call him Doug Graves.
Ba-ding ding. Okay, over there in Discord, let's see who we have. What is today? Today is the 28th. Let's see, Matt's over there. Eric's over there. Matt, Miss Swift, Calbot, Edward the Black Prince. All right, we're good to go. Um,
Well, that's interesting, because part of the side effect of him forgetting is just he forgot all about his little brother. So you see him there at the grave, and he's crying. It's like, how could I forget?
exactly. As we've seen and are going to see as they grew up and moved further away from Derry, their memories are either forgotten or hazy, and it was only with the phone call. Okay, I'm going to try to get that glare off my glasses. And it was only the phone call, and I'm going to have to refresh my memory on the name of everybody. So we have Bill, we have Mike,
Yep,
and of course, Tim Reed and Richard Thomas,
yep.
all star cast. So Mike Hanlon was the one who stayed and never truly forgot. He's the one that kept the it lore, the horror of it alive for the remaining kids who were able to leave.
Mhm.
And I don't want to give too much away just in case you all haven't seen the second part, but it was like he took it on as his duty to stay. Um, oh, good one, Matt. This is a grave situation.
Oh,
And let's not forget, okay, Matt, you also commented, hello, John Boy, that
hello,
he
John
was
Boy.
also John Boy in the Waltons when he was a lot younger. Um, was this, yeah, okay, this was not Bill's is this Bill's childhood home that he lived in and just hasn't left?
I I don't. I think, well, it's Mike's house, but I don't know if it used to be Bill's house as a child.
I wonder if they just never got over their childhood homes and if he just stayed in
Hmm.
the childhood home.
Yep. Well, if he'd move his head, I could see the pictures on the wall. We'd get some clue there.
So, can you imagine something so horrific happening in your childhood that, well, can you imagine?
Schwinn.
We could probably imagine a lot of terrible things happening in our childhood that we wish we could forget and not want to revisit.
Yep.
But of course, Stephen King can't leave well enough alone. And yeah, here we go, kids. And what was the thing that he told his wife when he left? Don't you dare come to Derry.
Yep. Eh, Don't you, Derry, come to Derry?
Don't you dare come to Derry. um, all right. So we are going to have quite a few flashbacks. But I think for the most part, the story of the kids and the trauma they went through was last week. Now we're going to see them as grown-ups kind of reconcile all of this.
Yeah, it's just like you're getting like sporadic memories, like bits and pieces. Judge Harry Stone, your fine is court passed the sentence. But
Harry Stone's on vacation. And I like that his character is the comedian which he's so well known for playing on
yep.
TV.
I did see.
It just go ahead.
Well, he was also like a prop comic, so I had seen a little bit of his stand up, either contemporary with or just prior to when Night Court started.
And he was in Cheers and he did a lot of prop comedy on Cheers
Yeah,
too.
he's like he was because he was like a magician. He did like so sleight of hand and stuff. Oh, look at those '80s high waistband pants
Oh. Um,
and shoulder pads. We gotta have the shoulder pads. Gotta get that shoulder action.
okay, there is something significant about this gal
In
right
the book,
here. I think I had read somewhere. If anybody knows offhand, I think she's a childhood actress or she went on to be like a famous actress. Okay. And Pennywise is in the library. What would Pennywise be reading in a library?
he'd be reading people for filth.
Yep.
Da da da. Whoa. Ah.
And one of the interesting parts about this scene is all these actors have to pretend like this blood isn't splattering on them.
Yeah, I saw the older lady there. You saw it a little bit where she like she
Yeah,
reacted. They couldn't help it. You could see them flinch just a little bit. Nowadays, you probably do
exactly.
that with CGI.
Exactly. And these days they would do it with CGI and they would probably make it a lot gorier.
Hmm.
Excuse me, do you have Prince Albert in a
In the
can? One
can.
of the oldest jokes.
Excuse me, is your refrigerator running? Well, you better go catch it.
Yeah, so as a practical effect, having blood explode in your face, it's really hard not to have some kind of expression. So they did the best they could with
Mhm.
editing any extra movements out.
Yep.
And I don't think so. If
See,
anybody
that's
has seen
tricking it.
the remake movie, if they had this scene in the movie, of course, it would be done with CGI. I watched it part one, but I have not gotten around to part two.
They had a similar scene where, um, I think was it Richie, whoever, one that John Ritter plays, was in the library researching stuff, and so it wasn't quite with the blood exploding in the face, but there was definitely a balloon floating in the background, and there was other people, so he had a different sort of jump scare that was happening in the library while he was doing research.
Gotcha. Gotcha. It's on my list of things to watch just to round out the movie production and see how I like it compared to this. It's just not
Toto.
high up on my list. This is a very heartwarming scene, seeing
Yep.
it superimposed on them as children. Oh, Edward the Black Prince is saying Richie gets a different scene with a Paul Bundy statue in the remake.
Yeah. I don't know how many people remember riding your bike and putting playing cards in the spokes like this. Did it occasionally. Except for I think we used to use like old bad like trading cards. Not Al Bundy. Paul Bunyan.
Al Bundy. Oh, yes, from Married with Children, Al Bundy.
And definitely not Ted Bundy.
Not Ted Bundy. No. Which Ted Bundy is almost as bad as John Wayne Gacy, who loved to dress up as a
That was
clown.
clown.
Pogo the Clown.
Um,
Yeah, and I had posted over in Discord a picture of John Wayne Gacy as Pogo,
uh,
who is, I believe, is scarier than Pennywise any day of the week.
yeah, just creepy. I'm not even sure if we want to get into that with the number of people just under his house.
Oh, yeah. And I think till his dying day, he claimed he didn't do it.
Hmm. So, like, I was gonna make a Jack Tripper joke, but like I don't even remember the name of his character in Eight Simple Rules.
Yes, with Katie Seagal. What is it? Kelly Cuoco?
I don't
Coco
recall. It's like Eight Simple
played his
Rules.
daughter.
Yeah. Oh no! Don't do that. That make it worse. Good lord. Sorry.
It's interesting as the grown-ups are gonna come back to Derry. We are going to get the sense that they're going to be seeing a lot of things that they don't
Yeah.
know whether it's real or fake. Um,
All right.
which
Ben.
is
That's his name. Okay.
which is just going to mess with your mind
Yeah.
if you have no grounding in reality. Yeah, Edward the Black Prince, oink oink, fat boy, all
Yeah.
the tauntings of oh yeah, this is a yeah, give it
That's
up for
and this is
skeletons standing on the waters, creepier than Pennywise.
yep. Also, I believe that's a callback to like as a child he saw his father or someone in a uniform standing there.
Yep, exactly. That was his father. So he's like seeing things again, just like uh, Bill.
Yep.
I want to keep calling him Mike, but nope. We have Mike Hanlon and Bill. Bill's brother died, and
Yeah.
Bill was also seeing things when he came back. So
Yep.
now, as these grown-ups are coming to Derry, they're gonna start hallucinating. I want to point out, um, yeah, you know what? Okay, let me backtrack to that scene with if you drove by and saw Pennywise on the road like that, waving at you, would your inclination then
Turn
just be to
around.
wave back? Well, I mean, seriously, someone waves
Someone
at you,
waved
you
at
just kind
you.
of wave back.
I think that is an instinct. I think I've done it on a few times, and I'm like, why did I wave back? But
Yeah, it is.
also,
It's like this instinct we have. So anyway, one of the things I was going to mention before I forget, I can't remember if I mentioned it last time, that there is a fan made film on YouTube called Georgie. And it had to do with what would happen if Pennywise did not kill Georgie, but rather Georgie survived to adulthood.
mm,
And it's this, I can't remember if I had talked about it yesterday.
I don't think
It's
you
a
did before.
it's a very short fan film on YouTube, and it's kind of this weird nightmarish scenario by someone who like gets into the mind of Stephen King, and it portrays Georgie how Georgie might be after
Mhm.
surviving that. And it's very interesting. Check it out if you're able to.
These people are staying away from dairy for years, like they're lactose intolerant. They're dairy. They're intolerant of dairy.
Dairy and Dairy. There you go.
Smell that dairy air.
Ba-dum bum. You're full of them today, Miss Swift. Yeah. Eddie Casbrack. Yep, Eddie
Yes.
Casbrack. If you were to analyze Eddie's childhood, I could very easily make a case that his mom has Munchausen by
Husband by
proxy.
proxy. Yeah.
I'm sure it's a fan theory that had been going around. Um, Not much had been talked about Munchausen by proxy until what, mid 80s, early 90s. That's when I started hearing about it, but it makes total sense when
So,
yeah, there are some parents that did some questionable things.
also, I noticed our timer isn't going. Is it?
My timer's not going. You are right. All right, let's scoot it up to
Let me see.
about 27. Are we like 20?
Well, let's see.
Oh, we're only
It's one.
17 minutes in.
It's an hour and 50 minutes and 32 seconds in the total copy. But
Yeah,
we've been up for about 28 minutes.
28.
I don't know if that's how long we've had the movie going though. Annette O'Toole, Bev.
Oh, she's an amazing actress. She is in everything. What was her first on-screen appearance?
Oh, trying to think. I think she was one of those ones. She started off in things like TV movies and guest spots. So I'm trying
All
to
right,
think of
let's see
like,
if I can get.
is there something in particular that she's known for? But I think she was in something like A Family Affair or something.
Annette, was she in Cat People, the original 1980 movie?
Yes, but not as the Catwoman, but like as the girlfriend or the friend or the man's other love interest or whatever.
I cannot get this. Remove. Nope, I'm not going to be able to get it.
Kirsch, Marsh, it's just 2 letters off. It's close enough.
Okay. Okay, can you all see the timer? I just removed it because I forgot to set it and I'm having a hell of a time getting it going again.
Set it and forget it.
Set it and forget it.
Oh, but like, well, I don't know what her earliest role is, but I think as we mentioned last week, she is famous for being both Lana Lang and Clark's mom.
Here we go. Okay, let's click that. All right,
I didn't
all right,
realize
we're
it.
just going to get rid of the timer. Let me start. Uh, Choo 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 choo.
Tea time.
Yeah, this is an epic um, hallucination. Who knows how long she was there? Although I don't think she was there for a very long time,
Just
as we
time is
will
fluid.
see. Yep, as we will see in just a moment. This sweet old lady, my butt. Okay, what is our time?
Sweet old ladies are anything but in Stephen King
Yeah,
novels.
she's a bit off putting.
Oh, okay. I said tea, not tomato soup.
That is, you know what, for 1990 movie blood, that it's getting kind of realistic. It's
Yep.
a thick blood, as it should be, but they need to kind of deepen the color a little bit,
Yep.
but it's getting there.
What?
Oh,
Ah.
yeah, that should be enough to send her in
Nope, 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 nope.
hysterics.
I'd nope out. Birds are not real.
Boy, Pennywise does not waste time. He's not messing around.
He's a worse practical joker than the devil in Bedazzled. Uh,
So we have an awesome trick coming up with what they do with a balloon, and it's all done practical.
judging by it looks like it may have been filmed backwards.
But there's got to be a string on that balloon
Yeah.
that I don't see, and that could have been edited out in post
Hmm.
production.
This movie is just full of people with ponytails. Bam.
Ponytails.
It's like Bill has one. This guy has one. Oh my god.
Oh, that is a good point because Bill has a ponytail, and I think this is his publisher
There's something.
that has one. The
Or
gal who
maybe.
plays that plays Bill's wife, plays Audra,
Yeah.
Olivia Huffy.
Be.
She was cast because I think she was actually in Canada
Hmm.
and had to be hired to fill their Canadian worker quota.
Coda.
I did
Like,
not realize because I thought she was English.
well, she could be like one of those ones who moved back and forth, or she had the resident. You know, she's such a hussy.
Yeah, but for some reason she was in Canada,
Hmm.
and she has a very long repertoire in her right.
Yeah. Let's see.
But
I'm
I
thinking off the top of my head. It was it one of the Frankenstein's. Romeo and Juliet, the 1968 version.
oh,
Uh,
Olivia Hussey. I was thinking Huffy.
yeah.
Um, yeah, and she played in
Norman
Romeo and
Bates.
Juliet.
She also played the original Norma Bates in Psycho 4, which wasn't that bad. That also had Henry Thomas in it. It won't great, but it won't that bad either.
Interesting.
Eh.
Oh, and it looks like she passed away last year,
Oh,
December 27th in 2024.
wow. Okay, that was real recent. Wow, or close enough.
Yeah, that was just about a year ago. I did not
Mhm.
realize that.
Me neither.
Okay, so we have the infamous
And also
Chinese restaurant scene.
she was also in Black Christmas.
Mm, yes, she was. And we did a watch party of that, what, 2 years ago or last year?
I don't remember because I don't think I was there for that one.
Yep, I remember we did Black Christmas. So the only good thing about all of these characters coming back to Derry would be reuniting, I think, in this scene because alone by themselves, they're still tormented by their past. But as a group, now that they get their strength from each other,
Beep beep, Richie. Yep. Said together
and we have,
they're strong. A fiety, like the band
yep,
of the hand.
yeah,
Okay. So Bev just passes out. I okay, fine.
yeah. She was the only one that passed out. Just it was all too much for her, I guess. In the book, I don't recall if it was a Chinese restaurant.
Is Beverly Marsh contagious? Because he just said I'd rather catch you than anything else working in the whole world. I'm like, ugh. I don't know. That sounds like it would be terrible. I got the Beverly Marsh. It's like swamp foot, but not.
I'm thinking like a rash, and you're scratching. I got the marsh. I got the
The
Bev
marsh.
Marsh. Edward the Black Prince. This scene was shit in the remake, a CG eyesore, and was more silly than scary.
Yeah, I did notice that. That one I remember. I just have to say that on the remake, I fell asleep on the second half because it was so
Oh,
long, and it was just like there was a whole section there where I was just like,
well, so I don't feel bad missing the second half of the remake. I still prefer the practical effects
yep.
over over CG, over the CGI. Um, it's gotten to the point where they're so good. The effects are so good, your eye can't tell the difference, but yet you know that they're not real.
Hmm.
Whereas the practical effects, you know it's all done in front of cameras with props, with makeup, with modeling, with puppetry, and it's a fascinating art form. And at least the characters, it's like another character in the movie.
Battery acid.
It's battery
Battery
acid.
acid.
What does he say? It's battery acid, you slime.
I am yes. He slimed me.
He slimed me. All right, Ghostbusters gifts. Come on. Let's do a Ghostbuster gift. Um, okay, Mad Matt. Oh, yes. Okay, I was going to say that gif from Seinfeld, that was the Chinese restaurant episode where I think they were standing in line for hours to get into the restaurant, right? And the whole episode was just them standing waiting for a table.
Oh.
There we go.
Uh,
There's Slimer. Thank you, Miss Swift.
he'll be along. Okay. No,
That's right.
I think Stan went ahead of you.
You're full of them, huh? Your mind just works real quick, right? Off the cuff.
Not usually. I think I'm just unusually spry today.
That's right, because they don't know about Stan. Because if history is repeating itself, then Stan, who's happily married, didn't tell his wife anything about his past because he would either have forgotten it, blocked it out,
Yep.
doesn't want to remember, would not have told his wife anything.
Yeah.
So she would have no one of them to call to break the news to, not even Mike.
I don't know. This food looks kind of gross. It's like it looks too vibrant, and it's like covered in weird stuff. I'm like, I was like, nah. Like I've had dim sum, didn't look like that.
That fish head was put there, I'm sure, just for the gag, because
Yeah,
they don't serve fish heads like that.
and
And
weird.
my love for this miniseries is probably 80% of the cast choice. It
Yeah.
was perfect casting, um, for the adults and the kids, because they did such a great job pairing up the kids.
hmm Well, what you were saying about them Stan not be telling his wife. Remember, I'm trying to figure out. Audra may not have known about Georgie because if he didn't remember until he came back, like, what did he tell her? She's like, you got any siblings? He's like, oh no, I'm fine.
That is a very good point, because when he told her when his stutter was coming back, and he was just remembering and telling Audra, and it was news to her.
Yep,
So she probably doesn't know anything else other than that. And now,
yep,
knowing he's in Derry, I'm sure, obviously, she's worried.
yep,
Oh, Henry Bowers. So we have Henry Bowers that survived
yep.
the encounter, and
Both
his
of his
hair turned
white.
what? Go ahead.
I said both his friends died, and then his hair turned white.
Yep. So yeah, both the friends died down in the sewer. Henry Bauer had an encounter like Stan did, and his hair turned white. And we haven't seen Henry yet, but yeah, we'll get an update as to
And this is a
where.
detail I missed before: the fact that Henry Bowers confessed to all the killings. I assumed that they had just got thought he'd killed his friends, but apparently he said he'd killed them all. I guess Pennywise must have affected him.
Yes, I believe they alluded to that in the book too. That Pennywise was had just infiltrated Henry
hmm
in every way and got him to confess. Um, yeah, because the whole thing with Henry, there was a lot more um, talked about in the book itself, and we're just kind of getting the little glimpse of it. And he's now in this institution for how many, 25 years, 30 years later, and he's still there because he did confess to not just killing his friends, but all the other kids that had gone missing. And obviously the cops, this is a running theme also in a lot of Stephen King stories, is the cops are clueless, the adults don't see what's going on. The cops do like this cursory investigation. Obviously they didn't look really into Henry's whereabouts during the location. Did I say, oh, money? Did I say Money Penny? Oh, Johnny Devick. Did I say Money Penny?
Money Pennywise.
Money Pennywise. Um,
Money
so
Pennywise went pound foolish.
yeah, I'm not even thinking about, oh, Mooney Penny versus Pennywise. Okay, I thought for a second, oh man, he caught me in a slip up. Um, but yeah, so this is no different than a lot of Stephen King's stories where the kids are in the know, but the parents are just, the adults are clueless. So if the cops had done a proper investigation in this story, that things would not have added up for Henry to have killed all the other kids, but that wouldn't have made this plot point stick. So,
Well,
Henry Bowers is now convicted.
they probably didn't look into it too much. They're like, oh, that's all we needed.
Yeah. Yep. And speaking from a law enforcement background, you just can't rely on a confession.
Fashion, yeah. I think back then, it's still, but even still, it's really hard to like overcome that, even if it doesn't hold up. They're like, well, they confessed. Like even it's very hard for people to like ignore a confession.
Right, exactly. You take the confession. Oh yeah, this scene, these little fortune cookies, that's gross.
Yep.
That is awful.
It's like when you get those
Um,
eggs that weren't quite unfertilized as you thought. You're like, oh, okay.
being scared by something that no one else sees,
Ooh.
that wouldn't that make you go crazy?
Yeah.
There we go. Let's turn that.
Oh my god, those fortune cookies are so burnt.
Or as Matt says, misfortune cookies.
Cookies.
Which one of those fortune cookies is the creepiest? To have an eye look at you, or a like a baby chick come out?
I don't know. It's either the baby chick or just the random like spider leg. Because the
Ugh.
eye doesn't look that great. It's not very gross, but it was just definitely the like. What is like that?
Oh, Edward the Black Prince, about that scene, foreshadowing.
Chef was a clown for making those cookies. Better than his salty chocolate balls.
Okay, and something that was just occurring to me because Bev had the blood coming out of the drain. She had the blood coming out of the fortune cookie.
Yep.
Um, okay, Richie also had the blood exploding in the library from the balloons. But I wonder if,
Hmm.
as a creative choice for this, that they're using it as a representation of when Bev was younger.
Hmm.
Her trauma was inflicted by her father,
Other.
as you know, as she was turning into a woman going through puberty.
Yep.
She was
I,
being abused by her father, and I wonder if they use that time of the month to scare her,
mhm.
as maybe Pennywise was using that as trauma in
A-
Bev's life.
And well, also
I
if it's
wonder.
anything like what happened in Carrie, the abusive father suddenly is like, oh, if she's starting to get her period or whatever, he's like, oh, this means that you're going to be running around with boys and you're like no longer a little innocent girl and now you're going to be like, be a hoe.
Yeah, exactly. That was the same kind of thing that was going on in Carrie as
Yep.
well. Um, yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, exactly, Mad Matt. Plug it up. And I'm kind of, my mind is going back to Carrie, and I'm wondering if Stephen King uses that as a choice. And I can't remember if in the book of it was also used as a theme in Bev's life. Because I tell you what, I want to go back and read the book, but I don't have time to read 1,500 pages. Heck no. I got to go from memory.
Edward's Black Prince. Eyes aren't honestly aren't creepy unless they're being stabbed or poked. Well, it depends on where you find the eye, but like if someone holds the eye in their hand out to you and it's full of blood and viscera, that is a little creepy.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting stabbed in the eye, it's very creepy.
Eye
Uh,
trauma. What is this, Lucio?
yeah. But it's not blood that, if you get poked in the eye, it's not blood that would come out. It's just it's like the clear fluid. Is that right?
Yeah, it's like your
Ugh.
the vitreous humor.
Yeah. Hey, Matt, that's a good idea. Get Cliff Notes
Cliff notes.
for some of Stephen King's longer novels.
Cliff was quite the industrious fellow, always taking all these notes.
They were lifesavers in high school.
Yep, got
Okay,
through high
we're
school or grade school without them.
yep. We have Cliff Notes on literature, math, geometry, every kind of Cliff Note imaginable.
What did the acorn say when it grew up? Geometry.
Boom, boom.
Bird stalking.
Yeah, we're getting into Stan's trauma because now Stan is not here to tell us. We get to see what he saw, and this is through Bill's eyes because he told Bill.
Bill. So we get to hear what Stan told Bill, that Bill remembers that Stan told Bill.
Yep, it's all hearsay.
The classic comic adaptations were good too for clip notes. Yes. We get the Mummy, which
I think would go back to the movie that we saw the kids at last one. That was Teenage Werewolf. That was not the Mummy.
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but I believe the Mummy was in the books, and I thought it was on the other character, but now it's here, and the Mummy is in the books. Because if I recall from the books, it was lots of like old classic movie horror villains or creatures that taunted at least one of the characters.
Yeah.
You found the Ben Hur comic adaptation of your family home's attic, a little beat up but old. Compare to the others, is a mummy the worst thing to see? Stan got off easy there. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Taunted with not taunted with dead loved ones, half-eaten people.
Yeah.
But I guess
That's a
as a
really good point, Edward, about Stan getting off easy because they all saw Pennywise the clown. Wait, okay, let's go back. So as kids, they all saw what Pennywise was, but also the clown, right?
yeah, like the Pennywise. Well, trying to figure out
Yes.
based on this movie versus the books, where Pennywise presented itself in various different ways.
Oh, now they see Stan. Stan's
Uh,
joining the group
Like I said, Stan went on ahead of them.
ahead of them. Now they filmed this scene as what do they called it like a layered practical effect
Hmm.
because they had no CGI to impose his head.
Yeah, you can see like the hole a little bit, but like you can see where, and I can see on my copy where there's like a little bit of jiggle from where they composited
Yeah. You can
part of
you
it.
can still
Yeah,
kind of see his shoulder and when his head's moving you could see
yeah,
the shaking,
yeah. And
but
if you look
still good
carefully at the
effect.
bottom, you could see where they like composited like the bottom part of the refrigerator. Like there was the shelf where his neck was. You can see just below that was where I guess they put the like other part that they shot, and then they composited it over. Typing phantom typers, all work and no play makes
Makes
Jack a Joe.
Jack a Doughboy. Oh, Alex is. Oh, hey, Alex, welcome.
Oh,
Is the IT audiobook is narrated by the actor Steven Weber or Wings and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, Steven Weber was also,
also
fun
Jack
fact,
Torrance in
in the
the Community.
1994 Shining remake, which
It,
I prefer to the movie.
it's like, hey, isn't it Mad Matt? Yes, the special effects were ahead of their time.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, like I have mixed feelings about The Shining because, well, I was never one of the people who really liked it, and then of course I'm just annoyed that they killed the chef.
Yeah. Yeah, in the book he didn't die. Just I mean no spoilers guys, but the book is much different
Mhm.
than the movie. Yes, here's the yes. This is very touching when Bill stutters and he's reciting the rhyme that helped him not stutter, and to be thrown at him from Pennywise.
Is this the IT crowd movie? No, it's not the IT crowd.
Exactly. Is this the IT Crowd movie, Johnny Devick? No. The IT Crowd, funny show. If anybody hasn't seen it, funny show.
Is this real life? Charlie bit me.
Yeah, Henry Bowers has completely lost his mind.
Yeah, that's why King
So,
hated it. He's still wrong though. I'm not sure. I think The Shining is overrated.
yeah, and are you referring to the Shining movie? Because King
Yeah.
hated that adaptation. I think of course, it didn't help that King had put a screenplay together, right? And
Mhm.
then Kubrick just said, nope, it's going to be my way, because Kubrick had his own vision. So there are I think for the most of the critics or the audiences seem to love the 1980 version. And I give it props. It is scary as hell. Um, I I just, in my opinion, it deviated too much from the book, which I absolutely loved. The core of the movie strayed too far from the book.
Yeah. Let's
But
see.
I'll give Nicholson and Duvall credit because they were creepy as hell.
Yeah, let's see. Was it? You have the '90s miniseries Cowbot. It, like it was okay, but
Yeah,
it was rough. It was parts where it was just rough. But
yeah.
let's get back to this movie,
Um,
I guess.
so Johnny Devick is asking, has King liked any of his movies? I think he's gone on record. He liked Shawshank. He liked Misery.
I think he likes some of the Flanagan stuff too.
Um, yeah. So
I think he liked Gerald's Game. I think.
Gerald's Game was a weird adaptation. I don't know
Yeah.
quite if I like it or not. Oh, and Long Walk. Yes, he
Yeah.
gave kudos to Long Walk.
Which I haven't seen yet.
I
And I,
heard, what's funny is now that Long Walk has been in the theater for about what, 2 weeks? The critics, I've seen them pan the movie, but audiences seem to really love it. So
yeah,
I'll go with the audience.
yeah.
Yes, he loves Stand By Me. Thank you, Alex.
Well, critics hated a lot of stuff that turned out to be. I think didn't they hate The Shining too? So
Yes, The Shining was panned.
and The Thing.
Uh,
Beep beep, Richie. Beep beep. Beep beep. I'm a sheep. Said beep beep. I'm a sheep.
okay, so the Losers Club is, they're all gathered together. They're going to plot their next move.
And then Princess Leia shows up saying we gather together to sing the Lord's blessing while holding on to Chewbacca for dear life. Sorry.
What?
That was sorry, just making a reference to the Star Wars special.
Oh, the holiday special. Oh, thank God. I watched it once when it was on, and that was it. I was a dumb kid, and I'm thinking Star Wars for the holidays. Yay.
That's what a lot of people thought. They were like, "What
Hmm.
the hell?" Oh,
Yeah.
I don't.
And then they left thinking, that's an hour and a half of my time I'm never getting back.
I'd still rather watch
So
that than Sauce on the movie again.
let's see. Star Wars holiday special. And if it was on television, it might have been under an hour. Nope, runtime an hour and 37 minutes.
And now he's Mike here is giving the rundown on all the disasters. that happen throughout Derry's history. And one last thing on the Star Wars special before we get back to this, it was just like, for a while it was an annual tradition. I had a boss who was really into Star Wars, and so he would watch it at work yearly. And one of the best things to do was to like show it to people who hadn't seen it before. It's almost like getting them to watch the Red Wedding. You're like, you have no idea what's about to happen.
Ugh. He must have had it on VHS because for the longest time it was not on streaming.
Yeah, it was a VHS, and then like I think we wound up with a. He has a Riff Tracks copy as
Okay.
well.
Oh, Johnny Devick is asking, what is the best rip of from King's movies? Think lots of TV series has taken ideas from him. Yes.
Oh wow.
Um,
Dang.
oh, yeah. And if you get everything that was inspired by King, your list is pretty much endless. Um, of
Whew.
his original works,
Stuff the best rip Stephen King rip off. Geesh. It's tough because I'm pretty sure like so much was inspired.
oh, and Matt is mentioning it's only available as a bootleg
Yeah.
video. I think even today, right? Because the holiday special is not streaming
Nope.
that I can find.
I think the last couple times I've watched it on YouTube.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, or archive.org, or maybe someone posted it somewhere. It's probably, I'm not going to say 100% certain, but it's probably past its copyright, or does now Disney own the copyright because Disney owns
Yep.
the Star Wars franchise? Because I don't think they'd go after any bootleg these days. I think, yeah, because as Alex is saying, Lucas disavowed it. Disney is also ignoring it. Yeah.
No, I don't feel bad. He could have left too. Sorry,
Yeah.
they're talking about, and I'm like, no, no. If you found that this town was toxic, get the out. Get out. Different movie, but get out. You were not obligated to stay here and save these people.
Yeah. This is the scene that I was thinking of is Mike is giving his exposition about why he hasn't left. And it was
Yeah.
totally his choice to kind of be the what, the guardian of it, the
Yep.
guardian of evil, the
To
guardian
be
of Derry.
its guardian.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No,
The
no,
doting
no.
wife has got to find him. She also does this in the book too.
Yep.
They really could have done without her part. I don't think she adds anything to the story.
Hmm.
Um, she doesn't, in my opinion, she doesn't add to the drama. She doesn't add to the lore. She doesn't add to any of the spookiness, other than they're just showing that Bill tried to succeed in his personal life.
Don't you want it? Don't you want it? Don't you?
Oh,
This
there
is
you go.
this.
And now
I don't know.
she's,
This I always found this a little bit creepy right here. Don't you want it?
yeah.
Don't you want it? Don't you want it? I no longer work at McDonald's. That's my exposition.
And I think as far as drama goes, her role would only add to the fact that now Pennywise has her under his control, which leads to more scariness. I
And
don't
at
know.
least if you're following something like sitcom rules, it's the relationship that Bill is in that tries to derail you from trying to ship him, and Bev. Like, oh no,
Oh,
no,
there
that's
you
not going to
go.
be a romantic couple. See, he's already got a wife. He's already got a wife. So that's why she
Yeah,
and Ben can.
that's true because as children, Bev liked Bill, not Ben. And now we
Just
see Ben
Judy.
rubbing her shoulders, getting kind of close.
Come on, just do it, Mad Max.
Okay, we've
Yeah, you're
got a
not
couple
allowed to
gifts
punch
over there
students. Just
in Discord. Calbot has one of the golden girls. And who put a head in here? That was funny.
yeah. Who gave was it? There's a brief story about my younger sister checking someone's fridge when they had the makings for goat head soup, and I bet you they never went poking around in someone else's fridge again.
It was an actual goat head.
Yes,
Yeah. I've never actually seen someone make it, but the rumors are true. Like goat's head soup, you actually have to boil a goat's
goat
head.
head. Yeah, so it's like lots of where we grew up. There's like population of Jamaicans, so it's just like nope.
Ugh, as if Bev didn't have enough trauma in her young life. The blood comes back. Yes. Yeah.
No one
Um,
sleeps here tonight. Mwahaha.
Edward the Black Prince is saying disgusting, maybe to the goat's head or to the blood coming back. Either one could be.
An episode of Six's Company. It's like three is definitely company when you're trying to whether or not to ship Bill and Stan and Bev or Bill and
Yeah,
Ben.
this is a play on that. Six is company. We have one girl to six boys. In three's company, you have two girls and one boy.
The
So we
goat?
have it
Do
in
you mean the
reverse.
greatest of all times? Edward Black Prince? No, just kidding. I know what you meant.
The goat.
He's the goat, the greatest of all time.
I think
See?
Bev is really loving on Ben. I
Yep.
think, yeah. Yeah, Bill's married, so he's off the table now.
And it is an interesting point that she's like, once they bound it together and like weren't isolated anymore, then the blood never came back. So they had like each other as like a tether, like you were saying earlier.
Yep, they are.
No stragglers, swiper, no
They're
swiping.
stronger.
Yep. Let's split up.
You're okay. So they just got done bonding as adults. They're feeling great. They're back in Derry bonding as grown-ups. They can tackle anything, and yet, let's split up, guys.
Well, maybe the people underneath the in the dark cavern, like in Cabin in the Woods, are feeding them the gas that says, "No, let's
Oh.
stick together. No, let's split up." Get the stupid
The
juice.
number one rule in any horror movie: you split up, you die.
How many members of the party does it take to change a light bulb? All of them. Never split the party.
There you go. Oh, Matt posted a lovely picture over in Discord about Oscar Mayer head
Cheese.
cheese.
Oh God, head
Yum,
cheese.
yum, yum.
Oh,
Oh, this is
oh, right
okay.
in the
So Henry's
lung.
out of jail or
S-
the institution.
I just saw that. I think it was the first time I ever actually saw the knife go in. It's like right in the lung, like right underneath his, right between.
Oh, yeah.
Was it two or ribs 2 and 3 or something?
Yep. That would have gotten him right in the lung
Yep,
or just above the lung.
yep. Not quite close enough for the heart, so he missed it by a little bit. But yeah, definitely, that's definitely lung. Head
And it would
cheese.
have only had to be through Pennywise that he even knew that they came into town.
Yep.
So Pennywise gave him the directions to where everybody was.
Hmm. Brown chicken, brown cow. Brown chicken, brown cow.
What are you singing?
Well, we can hear Bev and Ben here, and I was like, brown chicken, brown cow, brown chicken, brown cow.
Yeah, they're going to get it on, but wait. You might want to check under her sweater. It's it's not what it seems.
This is the worst slash fic ever. I don't do clown fanfic.
Yeah,
Kiss me, fat boy.
kiss me, fat boy.
And at best, it's just like I liked all the smeared like makeup. So he's got this lipstick on him, and then Ben's got like the white clown paint on him.
All Mike's, oh, you know what? I was going to say all Mike needs to do is scream, but if it did in fact
Get him
penetrate
in
the
his
lung,
lung.
he's not going to
Like
be doing
nah.
any screaming. And if I remember correctly, this is in fact when Henry did die. He died in the book, I
Mm,
believe. Try explaining that to the cops.
yep. Or well, I guess we'll say it's like a movie film here that where you're not calling an ambulance, because they could intubate or something or reinflate his lung, any of that
Yeah,
stuff.
they'd be better off
Oh,
calling
calling
911.
911.
And it's a totally justified killing.
Yep. And I also wonder, but also this is Derry, Maine. Would the cops show up? Would the ambulance actually show up? I don't know anything about the infrastructure of this town. It could be the
Yeah.
case that they know already that, especially something connected to it, there'd be some excuse for it not to show up on time.
That's a good point.
Yep, he broke out of the asylum and attacked them. They are fine. Yeah,
They are
yep.
fun.
He's a child murderer who came back for the few people who got away from him.
Oh,
Ah,
yeah.
righteous, righteous on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a touching scene.
Yep. Yes, clearly they are touching.
Aw. Aw, very touching. Yes. Literal and metaphorical.
Metaphorically. Hope they make it to the hospital.
Boom, boom. She knew all along that it was Ben who wrote the letter, who wrote that poem.
mm,
Even as a kid, she must have known it.
something. Maybe. But maybe like she wanted it to be Bill, and especially
Yeah.
given that Bill grew up to be a writer. Maybe. Well,
Mm.
she probably doesn't remember now. I guess.
I guess it depends on how much of their childhood
Hmm.
would have come back to them when they came back to Derry.
You're hearing these like piano stings, dun dun, when she started saying those lines. That's a nice bit of like musical cue, musical scoring that I hadn't heard before. Where it's like dun dun when she's like repeating the lines that Pennywise said. But that's an interesting thing that Pennywise did to poison the well of any romance between them. You know, he starts off and he pretends to be Bev, and now suddenly Ben would doubt it if it weren't for the fact that this TV miniseries is rushing through stuff.
That's an interesting point about how Pennywise uh, has to make it so there would be no romance
Or just to keep
because
them apart from each other, like especially
right.
if probably I don't like I said I don't recall from the books that well, or I'm not even sure if I read the book. But I do know. Yeah, I didn't read the book, but I don't know if it was ever done in the book where that was something he could play up on too. If there was a
Mm,
rivalry between Bill and Ben over Bev. Oh my God, all three B letters.
that's true. Yeah,
ah,
I don't recall that in the book. But I never thought of that. And part of Pennywise's mind fuckery
hmm
would be to keep them apart and to make sure that no romance could happen.
yep. You're a bad dancer, Mike. I love you, man, but you're still not getting my Bud Light. And so now the lucky seven is down to five, and
Yep.
then there were five. It's the BBB triangle.
And he went back and got those silver bullets.
Bullets.
Even though they're grown-ups, they're not thinking like fighting Pennywise as grown-ups.
hmm
Because I think they're still thinking that, a gun wouldn't do it.
hmm So at least it's partially about a belief system because, like, they understand that Pennywise isn't uh like something you like a wild bear or something you can just shoot. And then here's Mike's telling how he was at a very low point. I guess that's alluding to something that doesn't go into too much detail, but he had a bad time, and about 10 years ago, he went down there kind of wanting it to, like, come for him. But not only was he an adult, he wasn't necessarily afraid. So that's no fun. That's no
Right.
sport in that.
Well, they've already part of the lore of Pennywise and part of the established story was that Pennywise would only emerge every 25 to 30 years.
Yep,
And I think even in the book they went into greater detail about how it could be traced back a lot further than what Mike's research could get back to.
yep.
So even going back 10 years, 10 years prior he went down into the sewer,
hmm
you would think that he would still be relatively safe because it's not been 25 to 30 years.
Yeah. So, like I said, I think he was like on that very edge of he's like he didn't necessarily mind what
Right.
happened, and even if Pennywise was awake, eh, like
Yeah.
children are spicier with all that lovely childhood trauma and fear. Yum yum yum.
Yeah. Yeah, and Mike was the only one who stayed and never forgot
hmm
all the trauma, and maybe that had just weighed on him so much that he really didn't care if he ever came out.
Oh, then we had a nice reminder
So,
here of what it is they're fighting. That why
yeah.
they would fight because there's another child that went missing, and there's been a recent rash of children, and they're like the only adults who seem to remember. So maybe it is only up to them. And
That's kind of what we're getting into. They're ready to leave.
mhm,
They don't see a reason to stay.
yep,
Oh, Edward the Black Prince. Thank you for that. The Welcome to Derry show for the remake continuity takes place in the 60s.
okay.
I am excited for that show. I think it
hmm
comes out next month,
I'll have to set myself a reminders because I always forget about these things.
and it looks very promising. And I hope they don't butcher it like so many other prequels, remakes, franchise hanger honors can butcher. Episode 1 premieres October 26th on HBO. So if y'all want to see it, make sure you got your HBO subscription, or is it HBO Max? Who owns HBO now?
Who knows?
But okay, it's saying HBO, but it does. It looks really exciting. So Bill is now the ringleader. I guess he was all along kind of the self-imposed ringleader to keep them all bound together.
Well,
And this, go ahead.
gi- especially given how personal it was that it took his younger brother. Like it scared the others, but got it literally took someone from him that he loved.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So he's rallying them now, just like he kind of rallied them before.
Mhm.
Come on, Richie. Richie's got to join in.
Richie's outfits are so late 80s. It's just like that baggy jacket look.
Yeah.
And he had the high pants on earlier.
Yep.
So,
And I forget, 89 was when they filmed this.
yeah.
That was Night Court. Night Court was still on the air, wasn't it?
Yeah. I, yeah, I think
Or was
or
this?
just I'd have to actually go look that up.
Yeah,
So,
I'm looking.
yeah.
Yeah. So Night Court started in 84 and ended in 92. So he would have been right in the last season or two of filming.
Mhm.
Yeah. And Harry Anderson passed away a couple years ago.
Yep, before the renewal.
Yeah, before the Night Court renewal, which I
Yeah.
have not seen.
I think I saw part of an episode. It didn't seem that bad. Oh, and is it as far as Pennywise goes? I think it was the novella for Dreamcatcher where one of the characters is driving by. You know how we saw that scene where Ben was driving into town, you saw Pennywise by the side of the road. I believe
Mhm.
something like that happened in the Dreamcatcher novel, which takes place after this to show that Pennywise wasn't quite vanquished, so he was still around post the Losers Club.
That's right, because Stephen King does that on occasion. He will tie
Mhm.
the settings, the characters into different stories and keep it's like Stephen King has his own universe and all his books are in his universe.
The Steven universe.
The Stephen King universe, yeah, exactly. Matt, unfortunately, you might be true. Pennywise will get a backstory that makes you feel sorry for him. I hope not. Why take a perfectly good villain and what make him seem more human? Calbot, okay, just posted a GIF. Do you read
You
Sutter
Sutter
Kane?
Kane. Oh no, we're in the mouth of madness.
That's okay. Yes, that's the reference. I'm like, I know that reference. Mouth of Madness on my watch party to do list.
Pom
Ugh.
pom.
Okay. Matt commented Anakin Pennywise. Ugh. There's there's
The
nothing
SKU.
worse than what the whole lore, the whole Star Wars lore did to the story of Anakin. Ugh. Ugh. Let's redo it all and change
Mad
Anakin and the whole prequel movies. Ugh.
Mad Matt with the SKU, because an SKU helps you find anything.
Exactly. And the SKU for Stephen King, you could find anything if we just stay in the SKU universe. In Stephen King's mind, everything is there. There is a connection. Um, And I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago. As the show Castle Rock does, it pulled all of these references into the show.
It's its own view askew
The
averse.
SKU skew. There you go. That's what we'll call it. The SKU skew. Okay, and we
Excuse
shouldn't
you?
take away from these guys' trauma. These guys are going through a lot of trauma.
Star Wars prequels, The Adventures of Little Orphan Annie. Oh
Ugh,
god, that was a good.
ugh, ugh. If they had just casted the role of young Anakin, um, and from what I have understood, George Lucas chose the kid personally.
Like
Um,
he wasn't that bad. He was like there's a show going on at the time called The Pretender, which was actually rather decent. And
oh, I remember that.
he played the young version of Jared. So he was doing rather well. This is one of those things where you're just like, oh, they were doing good, and then they got hit with this weird thing, kind of like the guy who played Joffrey in Game of Thrones, where Gleason.
Yeah,
They had a decent career going until they just what should have made their career was the thing like everyone like went after them for.
yeah, that's true. But it wasn't just the young Anakin.
Yep.
That was not the make it or break it. The whole
No.
thing was a mess.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that poor kid, I should not have been cast.
Mhm.
I think it was just a bit too much for him.
Mhm. I'm still gonna lay that. I'll lay that at the feet of Lucas.
Yes, absolutely.
As the director, that seemed to be what he wanted. That and
That,
what happened in
yeah,
Attack of the Clones there. So it's kind of like watching when you watch Bram Stoker's Dracula, and you're like some of the odd choices, and you're like, he had other shots. He did it
yeah.
this way. This is kind of what he wanted. So you can't
You're
necessarily
right.
blame the actors too much.
Yep, you're right. It does come down to that the X factor. It comes down to directing choices, editing choices, casting
Yep.
choices, all of it. This is creepy as hell.
Yep.
Seeing your dead brother
Yeah.
and everybody else is seeing him too,
Hmm.
but they are stronger. Remember, they're all seeing it, which is much better than these kids getting these hallucinations from Pennywise and nobody else seeing it.
You lied and I died.
I almost get the sense when Georgie disappeared that it wasn't so much when he said, "You're not real, you're not real." It wasn't that he went away because, yeah, we know he's not real. It's that Pennywise is still fucking with him.
Yep.
That's it. Pennywise is he's going to mess with him until the very end.
It's like you got to season the meat. You got to
Mhm.
season the meat.
Yeah, because I think the whole backstory with Pennywise is he kills children because of their terror, because of their
Yeah.
fear, and their childlike innocence. And I
And
think
if
he's trying to get these grown-ups back to that state.
if you jump over to Doctor Sleep, uh,
Mm,
there's something character Rose the Hat says. Fear makes it taste better. So
yeah.
whether what Pennywise is eating the kids and eating the cats and the dogs or whatever, uh, but they're eating like their psychic energy. I guess spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it. And they're like, yeah, you spear the fear makes it taste better. Yum yum.
That that I had not tied that together, but that is so true.
That's a spicy meatball. Dream Bill would be a good
Good
movie
movie
title.
title.
Mm. The actor in episode Tails and Sonic the Hedgehog also. Okay.
Uh, Johnny Devick is referencing, saw a few episodes of Dan da Dan, and this looks where they found the witch that started it all. I am not familiar with that show.
Dan to Dan, not to be confused with Dun Dun
Oh,
Dun.
it's a manga series.
Uh,
Manga,
yep.
ma, yeah,
Manga.
manga,
Yep.
manga,
Manga or manga.
manga.
It's like I'm not the Japanese language police.
Yeah, and I'm not into the manga, so um,
It's a cool new anime.
yeah,
Okay. Maybe I'll
there we
check it
go.
out. Or maybe I'll check with one of the roomies.
Yep, Dan to Dan is since April of 2021, and its chapters collected in 20 volumes as of July of 2025.
We've got some good old paper mache rock effects here on the wall.
You know, that's pretty realistic as far as
Yeah.
19, late 80s
It's not,
special effects go.
it's not bad. Like I've definitely seen worse.
Yeah.
But you're like, and it looks like you're looking at it. It also looks like maybe they put like that rock paint, or maybe they put like a layer of dirt on it, like maybe some glue or something. You put a little layer of dirt over it, so it catches the
Yeah.
light better. You know.
Yeah, cuz it looks like just a bunch of rocks that have never seen dirt or anything before.
Hmm.
That's true. For all of these loser club adults, they haven't really what grown up.
Hmm.
Um, what's the good word for it? Emotionally
Emotionally
or
stunted.
relationship wise, they weren't able to move past that childlike state.
Stagnation. Stagnation. Is that what
Yeah,
you're thinking of?
yeah. I'm thinking like that stagnation in their personal life, which Stephen King made a personal point of accenting that in their characters. They might have been successful in business, but their lives, personal lives, hadn't developed.
Also, I
And
just like
it's
how there's a random little door, just a little tiny little door there.
yes, because Pennywise, aka it, aka this creature from outer space, would use a door, right?
Hmm. Yep. Just like a little tiny door, just like a little door, little. Not even a
A
hobbit.
little.
It's like a hobbit could fit through that.
I was thinking that little
Little
Hobbit
cat,
door,
little cat, little cat door.
right? Because
Little
the
no.
original reference is that it is like a big space turtle. It would be a tiny little space turtle that would open a door.
Well, you see the way he came up out of that drain in the previous episode. Stop motion spider.
Okay, we're coming up on one of the worst Stephen King endings.
Bad compositing.
I'm not even going to pretend to like this. I hated it in the book. I hated this visualization. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a spider.
Spider must stop spider. He's our hero.
Must
Spider.
kill the spider. Who's got a shoe? Who's got the shoe?
Where's the raid?
Ugh.
Oh, you missed. Swing and a miss.
Yep, she's got one more chance. So
Thrust
even in production,
against the posts.
the guys in production even were very disappointed with this, but they still had to go with the basis of the story.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm just not getting that horror.
Yeah.
It's a spider.
Like it's not. bad. It's just like it doesn't fit the ending for this. Like this might have been like I can see I'm looking at the articulation and some of it is really really creepy. But it just like given what the rest of the story was, this is such a disappointment. But like
Yeah.
but if you look at that, that's like that would have been like a decent creature and any like creature feature type of thing.
Yeah. You're right. This is such a letdown as to the buildup of what we believe Pennywise origins are, and for what there's such a missed opportunity. I don't know whether King botched the ending on purpose, if that was the ending he intended when he wrote the story, or was he just so rushed for time that this was the best idea that he had.
Well, Eric
Um,
here's is like a lot of people are scared of
oh,
clowns and spiders, and so I see what King was doing. I know when we were watching The Mist, those spiders that was creepy.
mhm,
Yep. And occasional movies where they had like spider-filled mummies, I'm like, yep, I get it. It's just it didn't
yep.
seem to like come quite together the same way in this. If you ever watched Blade, where they had to reshoot the ending because Brad Dorff had been such a powerful presence that when they replaced him with like this big CGI like blood tide monster,
Mhm.
the audience reaction to the ending was just like terrible. So they had to reshoot it to make it and so that Brad Stephen Dorff was there in person so they could keep the fight
Oh,
going.
and that's why we had the ending in Blade that we did, which I thought was a very satisfying ending.
Right. So originally, like he turned it. Well, we can save that if we ever do a Blade watch party. Look at it.
I will have to put that on my list if I have a pencil. I think it's already on my list, but that's a good one.
This must be the Galaxy of Terror prequel.
Yeah. It's Oh, Johnny Devick. When I
Oh,
went
creepy.
out the morning after watching The Mist, there was a mist all over the city block. That would be scary indeed.
I think we had rain here or something like that too. Like
Oh,
we don't get missed a lot, but like when it comes through, especially there's like a bridge we're crossing over. I have to cross over for work, and then like when you get the mist down and there's like over a river, you're like, nah. Bye,
well,
Eddie.
this is about as satisfying an ending as we're gonna get. The four of them are just like, F this, the fucker's gonna die, basically. So they have
You
to,
gonna die now.
yeah, they have to get it before it hides.
So as far as the
So
practical
here we
effects
are.
are, this was literally a like rubber and steel construct that had, in addition to like the legs being puppeted, there is someone inside of like a little steel cage inside of it. So when they actually had the actors roll this over, there was an actor in there, but they hadn't padded it.
Oh,
So when they rolled it over, he's rattling around inside of this just giant metal cage, and like he got all like bruised up.
ooh, that's rough. That's a rough gig.
Yep.
So that's it. They well, I think would have been creepier had they eaten the heart.
I
That
was
would
going to
have been,
say, should they have eaten the heart and taken its power? Well, no, I
but
guess they would have just made it come
this
back
was for TV, so they couldn't go that far.
far.
It was, this whole miniseries was scary as hell when it was on TV. And you know what? We had talked. You had talked about the score for it, the music.
Yep.
It actually won an Emmy for the score.
If
Yeah,
there's
and you know what?
anybody,
I still highly revere this miniseries. Let's forget the ending. Let's do a do-over.
maybe if we had the ritual of Chud or Chode or whatever.
Anything would have been, I think, more satisfying. Yes, Matt, thank you. That gif of Blade, oh, I love that was such a Blade is a delightful, creepy, gross uh, vampire movie. It's a good one.
But
Okay.
we'll say
So
Eddie died there, and I'm like, oh, goodbye, Eddie. Now I want to watch Phantom of the Paradise. Choose your
we
own adventure.
have five of them left, right? One, two, three, four.
Invaders
No,
from
five.
Mars, Solar Edition. Some kids versus
Yep.
Spider. Some it was always when I escaped uphill. Reading some of the that's a reference to the end of Blade. I believe that was ad libbed. We had some foggy mornings here last week.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
quack
So,
quack quack.
yeah, the Losers Club, they all move on and live happily ever after.
Ben and Bev went off together and named their kids Bob and Barb and Brandon and Braden.
And
No one was
Audra is
safe.
still in this coma. Yep.
Well, she's handling. Well, I won't say she's handling it better than Stan did. Stan was at least mobile afterwards. But,
Yeah.
that 20, 30-year hangover on it had some lingering effects.
Yeah, exactly. So at least Audra's not going to off herself in the bathtub. She's just like in that deadlights coma. I guess that's what you would call it. But
Yeah.
wouldn't it fade now that it is presumably dead?
Well, maybe he has to have a breakthrough of some kind. Let's see. I guess they need to. They read the ending and said, "Is that it?" And the movie had a title. Is
Yeah,
that it? Is
exactly.
this your
Johnny Depp.
King? Is this your
Uh,
Stephen King ending?
well, I would like a straight answer from King himself as to why, in my opinion, he botched the ending.
Ride around town on bicycle.
Going downhill on a bike like that, yeah, you're taking your life in your hands.
As someone who's accidentally had the experience where brakes failed going downhill on a bike down a road, yeah, this
Oh,
is scary as hell. And I wasn't the one
oh,
pedaling, so it was a situation similar to this.
well, you turned out okay, right?
Yep, yep,
But
still here, but it is quite harrowing.
for him to stop in the middle of the get out of the road, Bill, right? Don't
Road,
stop right in the middle of the road.
beep beep, Richie, beep beep,
Yeah.
Bill and Audra.
Yeah. So Edward the Black Prince, yeah, she would fall off that damn bike and
They
then they
die.
died. Yeah, that's it.
Is that it? Is that it?
They died right on yeah. The ending, the end. Everyone lived happily ever after except for them. That's it. Whew, that
And it
was quick.
and it
Phew.
ended with a last little scary laugh there
Yep.
from
There you go,
Pennywise.
guys. Um, we are done not only with based on the works of Stephen King movies. We are done with the month of September.
And I say
Um,
Falia, dancing in September. Falia.
dancing.
Someday
There you
you'll
go.
remember.
Oh, that is one of my daughter's favorite songs. She's playing it in band. I love it. Um, so we are going to be kicking off the month of October. We're going to start next week. We're going to have to do a little poll because I am torn between two of these movies. So next week we are going to be doing From Dusk Till Dawn, a lovely little vampire tale.
Nice vampire
Um,
westerns.
that is going to be on October 5th. October 12th, we are going to be doing Pumpkinhead from 1988.
Ooh, nice.
And so the last week of October, the 26th, you got to. We're doing Halloween John Carpenter's classic from 1978.
Ooh.
Hoo-hoo, my favorite. The
So,
movie that I have yet to decide on, I want to do an impromptu poll on October 19th. I have either The Haunting, the original from 1963,
ooh,
The Howling from 1981,
wow,
or Phantasm from 1979.
wow. That's a tough.
So I, okay, so we can go back to 1963 and start it off with a classic. Um, or we can do something more contemporary. The Howling is always, I mean, that's a great werewolf,
Hmm.
scare the crap out of you. Or Phantasm, we can do 70s.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so The Haunting, Howling, Phantasm. Let's do a
Okay.
quick vote. Eventually, we're going to do all of those, but for the month of October, I am just at a loss. I do not know what I want to put in there. So, what do
Well,
you guys want to see?
I've only seen the original Haunting once, and
Okay.
then
Alex is voting for The Haunting. Matt, are you voting for Phantasm over there in Discord? So we have one for The Haunting, one for Phantasm. They're all, I mean, you can't go wrong with any of these.
yeah, it's,
Uh, who else wants to vote? Okay, so Edward is voting for Phantasm. What's your vote, Miss Swift?
it might be for the Haunting because, well, for anyone who is interested in the Phantasm, the sequels at least have been on streaming on something called Screambox, I think, or either Alter on YouTube.
Okay. Okay, Johnny Devick is voting for The Howling. And the reason why I'm kind of zeroing in on these movies is for the fact that as of now, they are on some of the free services. The Haunting is that's going to be a general movie. It should be pretty much everywhere. The Howling is now on I want to say Tubi. So it does not have commercials that I could tell.
Okay,
Um,
gonna say because that's.
so
But if we're all watching it on Tubi, then it might not
yeah,
make a difference.
yeah. If we're all watching it on Tubi, I think the everything. Yeah. Um, I know you can't go wrong with any one of these. Um,
Well, let's see.
so
How we
we,
haven't.
I have time to take votes. I don't have to decide. I'll probably have to within the next 2 weeks. I'll announce the winner. But yeah, give me a shout out. So there you go. We got some good ones coming ahead in October. Um,
Rocktober, Shocktober.
Halloween 2025 horror-thon.
Yes.
So not necessarily all Halloween themed, but scary themed. You
Hello
got to scare the crap.
2025.
It's what?
I said hello 2025.
Oh, yeah. There you go. All right, all. So next week we're going to start it off with a blast from dusk till dawn. So get your copy ready. We're going to be doing it next week. And I am trying to fit threads in as a bonus watch party. And I think my Saturdays in October are booked. I might have to push it out for another day, but whenever I can schedule, I will let you guys know. And we'll go from there. Who's that? Is that Matt? Mad Matt, you're posting? Are those your DVD boxes? Box sets? That is awesome. Oh, yes. And that Hellraiser set is amazing.
And I leave you with the immortal words of Faith No More. What is it? It's it.
It's it.
What
All
is?
right. All right, y'all. We are going to be doing this again next week. It has been so much fun. Thank you, Miss Swift, for joining me this week. We're going to do it all again next week. All right. Bye, all. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. Have a great week. Bye.
Hello, y'all. Goodbye, everyone.